Dear Pixie, you asked us, how many light densities are there? The response to this question would be the same response to your earlier quest of how many subtle light bodies are there. Each light body you embody as part of your makeup is a dimension. The dimensions are you. The subtle light body is the individualized expression of consciousness, and the dimension is the collective, group soul, social memory expression of consciousness. However, due to the way densities are expressed and understood upon your planet, and density and dimension, although interchangeable to many, are actually different, with dimension perhaps best explained as a state of consciousness collectively, and density more of a geological planetary vibrational state. Then we would look at the critical mass and approaching critical mass levels of density understanding, as in the understanding and processing of what density actually is. Whilst equating to the subtle light bodies being presented in number of 3, 7, 9 and 12, we would also add in 10, 13 and 15 as specific number within both dimension and density. When looking at the infinite structure of the densities that make up the unified fractal field, we would look at 10, and specifically at 12, with the power being within the 13. The 15 is simply another model or scale to express the same reality structure viewed from another perspective. One of the most accurate models for densities available upon your planet would be found within the disciplined path you know as the Kabbalah. But look here to the 12 and 13 Sephiroth path here for the most accurate and multidimensional answers. Astrology is another most accurate model, yet look to the planetary structures from different anchor points, different vantage points, and bring in that which is known as the 13th house for higher accuracy. As we have said before, in the truest reality there are no dimensions or densities, as this is simply a measuring tool for your third dimensional interface, that is the brain, to be able to process reality. You asked us, what happens when we fall asleep? Where do we fly? Much like the response to the question, what happens after we die? The answer here is that the experience is different for each individual and is ultimately unique. For those firmly existing within the third dimension, the dream time they experience will be a represented, deeply symbolic collage of that which they have not yet processed from their waking life. For those with buried trauma or even transient trauma, the unprocessed aspects of these will also be presented as dreamtime symbology. Whilst the third dimensionally thinking individuals still enter a deeper dream state than representation of unprocessed experience, the recall of such is rarely there upon waking. Those who are fourth dimensional within their consciousness will move through similar dreamtime symbology, yet this is far more likely to be landscape presentation rather than people or situations. One could say these individuals are flying to the fourth dimension, if you will, although all dream space and dream time experienced as the dream is fourth dimensional. The symbology for fourth dimensionally conscious individuals is likely to be deeper, as in multi-layered. Landscape is usually Earth, but grand environments and entire worlds can be experienced and created here. Your fictional storytellers, artists and poets take much of their inspiration from the dream space dreamtime worlds. Musicians and dancers will use this realm for their creativity, and the scientists amongst you glean much information here. There is a degree of lucidity here within fourth dimensional consciously aware individuals, and many will present as that which you call a narrated, or that which we refer to as dreamwalker. These are the lucid dreamers who are able to go out of body and astral project. Where do they astrally project to or fly to, may you ask? They travel inwards rather than outwards. They are delving deep into the very landscape of the DNA itself. This is the place you go to when you fall asleep, and this is the true reality. Therefore, you go home when you sleep and when you dream. The fifth dimensionally aware individuals will also travel out of body. This experience is much smoother, and it is the celestial level they experience. Or, we may call this celestial level the fifth dimension. Landscapes will be most obviously not those of Earth, and it is here that the heaven realms are experienced. Flying may be experienced here, but often the travel is even more instantaneous, such as portal travel, moving through landscape gateways and celestial stargates. The place one has travelled to here is deeper into the fractal matrix that is the DNA. This is still, of course, accessing your own consciousness. But here you move beyond the unprocessed daily sights and sounds and experiences, and into that which you experienced within other incarnations, or that which you experience within parallel realities now. This dreamtime dream space experience is not that of the dream, but that of the waking dream, even whilst one is asleep and dreaming. Lucidity is with you here, which is the balanced state betwixt the hemispheres of your human brain. Whilst one moves deeper and deeper into the fractalized DNA structure, one could also say that your DNA configuration creates a matching dreamtime experience and landscape. Dreamtime and dream space experiences are exact matches to your DNA configuration, as well as being the environment of your DNA. Your DNA configuration and visual environment are one and the same. Influence or create the visual input, and you influence or create the DNA configuration. Fourth dimensionally, you may access your loved ones in spirit that have transitioned or passed over. Fifth dimensionally, you access ascended masters, energy constructs that are not confined to the body, light beings, elementals, and extraterrestrials, and those loved ones in ascended form, as in the higher selves of those beloved friends and family members, both those in spirit and those living in physical form. The celestial world is yours to explore here, for as you move deeper into the fractal of the DNA, you simultaneously move outwards into time-space. You traverse the time matrix. Here you may commune with space structures, ships, bioplasma beings, vortices, stars and planetary bodies. These constructs, all aspects of the greater self that is all that is you, are most accommodating for you in fifth dimensional expanded higher heart space. And they shall teach you much with glee and wonder, for they want to be seen. You ask, where do you fly when you fall asleep? The answer to this is that you fly further and further into yourself. The further you fly into yourself, the the more unrecognizable you shall become to your third-dimensional self, and the more at home you shall feel, for you embody the celestial self, which is the fifth-dimensional self. Actual physiological changes take place here, and you are filled with that which we shall call Celestine. Celestine is the celestial hormone, unknown to your scientists, except as a similar complex structure to that which you know as DMT. Yet it is even more than the physical chemical compound that is DMT. Celestine is pure light that floods your body, and with the guiding light of the pineal gland, your crystal river of light sight, all celestial realms are yours to communicate with, explore, and create. Why, there is an entire planet here just for you, should you wish it. This planet is a star, and it is your true form. This is where you fly to when you fly in dream time, with freedom, free of all limitations, restrictions, and chains. The celestial level of reality, that which occurs when your body is flooded with the celestial hormone, Celestine, is expansive, everlasting, and infinite. It is more vast than you could possibly imagine, and it is your true home. The more you travel here, the more you create the matching consciousness within your waking reality, which is fifth-dimensional Gaia, your true home planet. This planet Gaia is in your future from your third-dimensional now point, but it is your present from the fifth-dimensional now point. You do not have to fall asleep and enter dream time in order to experience this celestial world and fifth-dimensional Gaia. Celestine, the celestial hormone, can rush through your physical body at any such time that you choose to trigger it. And there are those adepts that exist amongst you who can fully function within the third and fifth dimensions simultaneously. These are the true time travelers who merge the present with the future, creating a now moment that is simultaneously their past. These time travelers simply flood their physical bodies with the celestial hormone Celestine, that which has a compound structure most similar to DMT. It is as if they have the sacred plant ayahuasca within their grasp at any such time they choose. This is depicted as the sacred lotus flower of the expanded third eye chakra. This is the ayahuasca compound that is the natural sacred substance, the celestial hormone Celestine. When the activation of Celestine takes place within many individuals simultaneously, a group soul consciousness is created. This is the celestial royal goddess, if you will. She embodies the feminine form, and her name is the divine Princess Aurora, beloved twin flame to Archangel Michael, known also to you as the Lady Guinevere and her King Arthur. These are the archetypal intelligences of mind and heart that you meet and embody when you create Celestine en masse and return to your true home as the Princess Aurora or Lady Guinevere. Each of these constructs, complexes, symbols and sounds create an activation. This, dear fifth-dimensional ascending beings, is where you fly to when you fall asleep and enter dream time, or when you merge matter and antimatter, create Celestine, and enter the daydream. This is the landscape with the power to create all that you wish for and desire. Celestine is the most sought-after substance within your galactic society. And it is you who have it, children of Gaia. You are the custodians of such a prized jewel. Guard your crown jewels well, dearest children, for they are your keys to creation. Do you now see how special you are? How pivotal you are? Each and every one of you? There are those that seek to take the crown jewels from you, for they cannot create Celestine themselves. Yet so too are there those who shall stand by you until the very end of time, and guard your crown jewels with all they have, for they know how precious they are. These crown jewels are the rubies, emeralds, diamonds, sapphires, and other sacred cosmic gemstones that run through your bodies as charged and alive, bliss-blessed DNA that is light. This is Celestine, the celestial knowledge, key to the sacred flame. Together you are Princess Aurora, and you shall finally, through these triggers, know who you are. The celestial mirror presents itself before you. Look now into the looking glass that is the reflection of all that is you. You are the divine Princess Aurora, creatrix of Mother Gaia, and nothing and no one can stop you shining your light as the beacon of truth that it is. As you shine your light, the world wakes up to the total recall of all that is the true reality. Your waking dream unfolds. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. In this channeled transmission, I enter into an expansive, transformative and activating exploration of interdimensional dialogue, discussing the mechanics of Stargate Ascension. This cutting-edge information holds key codes, maps and coordinates for the starseeds on Earth, as they go through this process of DNA reconstruction and regrouping of cosmic memory themselves. The significant codex of information is downloaded to the reader, as they, through this sacred text, are called by the Dragon, Excalibur, Crystalline Light Geometry, Atlantis, and the Emerald Flame. I am so very pleased to present my new book, The Infinite Helix and the Emerald Flame.